Chapter 1, The Art and Science of Visual Analytics. Section 1.1, Moving Beyond Spreadsheets, Why Visual BI Matters. Section 1.2, The Tableau Ecosystem, Desktop, Prep, Server, and Cloud. Section 1.3, Installation and Workspace Configuration for Power Users. Section 1.4, Thinking like an Analyst, From Raw Data to Actionable Insight. Data is loud. In its raw form, it screams with thousands of rows, cryptic column headers, and inconsistencies that can paralyze decision-making. We have all sat in that meeting, the one where a well-meaning colleague presents a spreadsheet so dense it generates more confusion than clarity. Visual analytics is the art of quieting that noise. It is the discipline of translating rigid data structures into fluid visual patterns that the human brain can process instantly. When we master this, we stop being data reporters and start being storytellers. This chapter isn't just about learning where the buttons are in Tableau. It is about shifting your perspective from how do I build a chart to how do I reveal the truth. We are going to set up your environment, demystify the Tableau ecosystem, and most importantly, calibrate your mindset for visual discovery. 1.1 Moving Beyond Spreadsheets, Why Visual BI Matters. The human brain is an incredibly poor statistical engine, but it is a brilliant pattern recognition machine. If I give you a spreadsheet with 10 years of sales data across 50 regions, your brain has to read, store, and compare every individual cell. It is slow, cognitive drudgery. However, if I take that same data and map it visually, encoding sales volume by size and profit margin by color, you understand the state of the business in a fraction of a second. You don't just see the numbers, you feel the outliers. This is the science component of our chapter title. Preattentive processing is the psychological theory behind why visual BI works. It suggests that certain visual attributes like color, length, and position are processed by our eyes before our conscious brain even gets involved. Figure, a split-screen comparison illustration. On the left, a dense, monochrome Excel spreadsheet with thousands of rows and columns, looking overwhelming and dry. On the right, a vibrant, modern Tableau dashboard representing the same data with a geographic heat map and a clean trend line. An arrow connects the two with the label Preattentive Processing. The lighting should be clean and professional, emphasizing clarity. When we rely solely on spreadsheets, we often fall victim to the average trap. Spreadsheets love averages. But in business, the average is rarely where the risk or opportunity lies. It lies in the extremes, the failing product line in a successful region, or the sudden spike in churn on weekends. Tableau was built on the premise that you need to converse with your data. In a spreadsheet, if you have a follow-up question, you usually have to write a new formula. In Tableau, you simply drag, drop, and drill down. The friction between "I wonder" and "aha" disappears. Moving beyond spreadsheets doesn't mean deleting Excel. It means recognizing that Excel is for data input and calculation, while Tableau is for data exploration and communication. We are moving from a row-based view of the world to a shape-based view. 1.2 The Tableau Ecosystem, Desktop, Prep, Server, and Cloud. Newcomers to Tableau often feel overwhelmed by the product naming conventions. It can feel like a scattered puzzle. Let's simplify it. Think of the ecosystem not as a list of products, but as a pipeline: clean-a-create-share. Tableau Prep, the kitchen. Before you can cook a gourmet meal, you have to chop the onions. Tableau Prep is your kitchen. It is designed for the dirty work of data analysis, joining tables, pivot cleaning messy survey data, or grouping inconsistent spelling, like CA, Calif, and California. While Tableau Desktop has some cleaning features, Prep provides a visual flow where you can see exactly how your data transforms step by step. If you are dealing with clean SQL databases, you might skip this. If you are dealing with human-entered Excel files, this is mandatory. Tableau Desktop, the studio. This is where the magic happens and where you will spend 90% of your time reading this book. Tableau Desktop is the authoring tool. It is where you connect to data, build calculations, design dashboards, and create stories. It is a powerhouse application. Unlike web interfaces that often feel laggy or limited, desktop is robust. It caches data locally for speed and offers the full range of analytical depth. Tableau Server and Tableau Cloud, the gallery. Once you have discovered an insight, it is useless if it stays on your laptop. You need to publish it. Tableau Server, you host this on your own hardware, or cloud instance like AWS Azure. You control the updates, security, and maintenance. Tableau Cloud, formerly Online Tableau, hosts this for you as a SaaS solution. You lose some granular control over the hardware, but you don't have to worry about maintenance updates. Both platforms serve the same purpose. They are the web portals where your end users log in to view and interact with the dashboards you built in desktop. Figure, a sleek, isometric architecture diagram showing the flow of data. Far left, database icons and Excel file icons. Arrow leads to Tableau Prep icon, cleaning. Arrow leads to Tableau Desktop icon, monitor showing a dashboard. Arrow splits to two clouds, one labeled Tableau Server, on-prem, and one Tableau Cloud, SaaS. End users with tablets and phones connect to the server cloud. Style, technical vector art, blue and orange color palette. 1.3 installation and workspace configuration for power users. Most manuals tell you to click install and hit next. But you aren't just a user, you are a professional. We need to configure your workspace for performance and efficiency. Drivers and connections. Tableau does not come pre-packaged with every database driver in the world to keep the installer size manageable. Before you start, identify your organization's data stack. Are you using Snowflake? Oracle? PostgreSQL? Go to the Tableau drivers page immediately after installation. Nothing kills the momentum of a new project faster than realizing you can't connect to the server because you are missing a 5 MB driver file. The My Tableau repository. When you install desktop, it creates a folder in your documents called My Tableau repository. Do not ignore this folder. It is the nervous system of your customization. Shapes. Want to use custom icons for your map markers? Drop them in the Shape subfolder. Preferences.tps, this is a hidden gem. It is an XML file where you can define custom color palettes to match your company branding. Here is a quick snippet of what a custom color palette looks like in preferences.tps. You will thank yourself later for setting this up now rather than manually picking hex codes for every chart. Workbook. Preferences. Color palette name equals corporate brand type equals regular. Color hash FF5733 color. Color hash 33 FF57 color. Color hash 3357 FF color. Color palette. Preferences. Workbook. Optimizing the workspace. Open Tableau Desktop. By default, the interface is clean, but let's make it functional. Show the status bar, go to Window-Show Status Bar. This sits at the bottom and tells you how many rows and marks are in your view. It is your reality check. If you think you are looking at a summary, but the status bar says 50,000 marks, you have made a mistake. Card organization. I recommend keeping your filters shelf on the left, default, but moving your legends to the right side of the canvas or floating them. This maximizes the vertical space for your actual data visualization. 1 point for thinking like an analyst, from raw data to actionable insight. The tool is installed. The data is connected. Now, what? The biggest mistake I see novices make is diving straight into building. They drag sales to rows and date to columns and say, look, a line chart. That isn't analysis, that is data retrieval. To think like an analyst, you must start with a question, not a data set. We use a cycle of visual analysis that iterates until we hit the truth. The cycle of visual analysis. Task: why are profits down? Get data, connect to the sales table. Choose visual mapping, a bar chart of profit by category. View data, you see a furniture is negative. Develop insight, okay, furniture is the problem. Act, or loop, this is the pivot point. Do we stop? No. A true analyst loops back. Why is furniture losing money? Is it a specific table? Is it shipping costs? We drill down. We change the visualization from a bar chart to a scatter plot comparing shipping cost versus profit. Figure, a circular flowchart diagram labeled the cycle of visual analysis. Steps include 1. Ask question, magnifying glass icon. 2. Get data, database icon. 3. Visual mapping, chart icon. 4. View data, eye icon. 5. Develop insight, light bulb icon. Arrows loop back from insight to ask question, indicating an iterative process. Center of the circle says refinement. Style, clean, modern, business casual infographic. Context is king. A number without context is just ink on a screen. If I tell you sales were $1 million, you don't know if you should celebrate or panic. Always ask, compared to what? Asterisk compared to last year? Asterisk compared to the budget? Asterisk compared to the competitor? In Tableau, we build this context through reference lines, table calculations, like percent difference, and benchmarks. As you move through this book, I will constantly push you to add context. A dashboard that says sales are up is good. A dashboard that says sales are up 5%, but we are trailing the Q3 forecast by 12% is business intelligence. We are embarking on a journey to master this tool, but the tool is secondary. Your curiosity is the primary engine. Tableau removes the barrier between your curiosity and the data, allowing you to ask and answer questions at the speed of thought. Let's turn the page and start connecting to data. Figure Mind Map, Chapter 1, Visual Analytics Overview, Root, Visual Analytics, Branch, Why It Matters, Leaf, Pattern Recognition, Leaf, Preattentive Processing, Leaf, Insight vs Reporting, Branch, Ecosystem, Leaf, Prep, Clean, Leaf, Desktop, Create, Leaf, Server, Cloud, Share, Branch, Configuration, Leaf, Drivers, Leaf, My Tableau Repository, Leaf, Preferences.tps, Leaf, Status Bar, Branch, Analyst Mindset, Leaf, The Cycle, Ask-Get-View, Leaf, Context, Compared to what? Leaf, Iteration?